The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What's up, everyone? Staniel Smooth here. I want to show you guys a cool thing we're doing. This podcast is sponsored by Canada Dips, the newest lineup to the dip game, but in CBD form. The Canada Dips lineup features products made for every man's lifestyle. All tins are proudly crafted from the hills of Humboldt County in California. It's filled with flavor and will give you that good vibe that CBD brings to the room. So what are you waiting for? Use the promo code BELLYUP20 in all caps at CanadaDips.com for 20% off your next order. That's BELLYUP20 at CanadaDips.com.
It's time to BS.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 206 of Time to BS. I'm your host, the great and powerful Staniel Smooth. It is 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, and I am deciding to record a podcast because I have nothing better to do right now. Well, I did. Keywords, I did. In context, why I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was up for 2 hours. I decided to organize my entire toolbox and put all of my tools in my bigger toolbox. I have a Craftsman, tiny little tool chest that my uncle gave me. And then I have this giant Husky toolbox. And I decided to put all the wrenches and sockets and stuff like that in this big-ass toolbox. Why did I do such these things and not go back to sleep? I don't know. Probably because my brain is wired differently. And that's fine. We like these things every now and then. We got a pretty good show for you. But with that being said, we're coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York, and part of the Belly Up Sports and Media Network. It's Time to BS, and I'm Staniel Smooth. It's brought to you by our friends over at DraftKings. Use the promo, go to DKNG/BellyUp150, get $200 off when you bet $5 or more with DraftKings. SeatGeek, use the promo code BellyUpSports at Jesus Donut. Use the promo code BellyUpSports at SeatGeek.com in all caps to get $20 off your first purchase, and support our friends over Hot Chicken Mama and Hardway Barbershop, located at Long Island's hidden gem over in Blue Point, New York. If you hear that, that is Donut being an absolute crackhead. Because she wants food, and cats have no sense of time, if you're wondering. They think, oh, Dad's awake, therefore he must be giving me food. Meanwhile, she has an entire bowl of dry food. This is where timeout comes into the equation. Jesus Christmas. I'm thankful that I run this show and I get to record when I want and edit when I want and, just do some stuff. But alas, we have a show to discuss and things to talk about. So let's get into it. The Royal Rumble was this past weekend, and as per usual, there were some good moments and there were some bad moments, but some mostly good moments depending on how you view it. On the women's department, the Women's Rumble went first, and it started off with Natalya going in number 1, and the first shock of the day, Naomi, after a 3-year exile from WWE over in Impact Wrestling, or TNA, depending how you view it, she returned at number 2. Number 3, we have the eventual winner of the Rumble being Bayley, and I'll get to that in a second. But let's fast forward to, what's her face? I think it was number 16. It was Jordynne Grace. So yeah, Jordynne Grace decided to debut. She made a very immaculate appearance over with WWE. She's part of TNA. She is the TNA Knockouts champion. So that's very exciting. But she is awesome. She's awesome. The clips I've seen of Jordan Grace, she's great. And then we also have Jade Cargill's immaculate debut at number 28, and she almost won the whole thing. But she eliminated Nia Jax single-handedly, and for those who know who Nia Jax is, that is an incredibly impressive feat. But let's fast forward in time to the eventual winner of the Royal Rumble, Bayley, who entered number 30 and lasted for 63 minutes, which is a new Women's Rumble record. I love this move because there's some storytelling involved here. There's some weird, immaculate storytelling that we could, get into here. But Bayley was going to win the Rumble anyway because she's been, quote-unquote, feuding with her own faction. Damage Control is the other members of her faction have been turning on her slowly but surely. And one of their members, Io Sky, is the current WWE Women's Champion. Or in this case, the Raw Women's Champion, if you want to go that far. And this has WrestleMania written all over it. She's not going to challenge Rhea. It doesn't fit here. My brain can't compute with this. But if we were to put our Booker hats on, that's main event night 1. Right out of the gate. Probably. But, no, overall, it was a good Rumble. Can't argue it. There weren't any major title matches outside of the United States Championship match and the Undisputed title match. I mean, it was a good night. Good night overall. And congrats to Bayley for winning the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble. And in the men's department, the main event of the evening, we have the men's Royal Rumble match. Entering number 1 was Jey Uso, and then number 2 was his brother, Jimmy. So there's a WrestleMania match right out of the gate. CM Punk, if you're wondering, returned at number 27 and tears his triceps, which sucks. We don't like these things. No good. No bueno. Cody Rhodes, if you're wondering, entered number 15, and that was, spoiler alert, he won the whole event. By the way, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes were the final 2 competitors in the Rumble. That was nice. CM Punk was rumored to challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now that's off the table. But let's talk about Cody Rhodes. I love this decision. Cody Rhodes, by the way, becomes the first back-to-back winner of the Royal Rumble since Stone Cold Steve Austin in 97-98. Becomes the first 2-time winner of the Rumble since Brock Lesnar. Back in 2022, I want to say? Yeah, 2022. And this is the inevitable main event of WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes against the undisputed champion, Roman Reigns. Which is all but freaking certain at this point. There's no way it's not. Again, let's put our Booker hats on, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes is the biggest babyface in the entire company. Not even close. He's also the biggest and most marketable superstar in the entire company right now, despite Roman Reigns being champion. Yes, Roman Reigns is the final boss of this entire thing, but let's be honest here. Cody's going to dethrone him. He's going to dethrone him at Mania 40. I think we would all riot if that didn't happen. Yeah, the Rumble was good. Ish. It was, by the way, Tampa crowds suck. Good Lord. Texas had better Royal Rumbles. Which is true. Last year's Rumble was good. Last year's Rumble was significantly better than this year's. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Mania. Welcome to WrestleMania season, ladies and gentlemen. Good Lord. And we got a hot start, sort of. An Elimination Chamber is in a few weeks over in Australia. But yeah, congrats to Cody Rhodes. This was, outside of CM Punk, this was the obvious choice. This was the obvious choice to win the Rumble outside of CM Punk. But yeah, there's that. Super Bowl 58 is set between the San Francisco 49ers, courtesy of Detroit's over-consistent gambling on fourth down and not paying off, and the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Swifties. After a few days of thinking about it, I really don't hate this. I'm going to watch it because, you know, I love football and I'm cynical in that regard. But it could be a good game. It could be a shit show. You never know with these things. Kansas City's defense has gotten way better. They basically told Lamar, hey, beat us with your arm. And, well, he didn't. The Niners were down 24-7 to Detroit at one point. And the Niners came all the way back. Because, of course. And we can't have nice things. It's not that I hate San Francisco. I don't. I really don't hate any of the division rivals the Seahawks have. The fan base, however, that's a different ballgame. I mean, they say the same thing about us. We're insufferable, they're insufferable, but I think we can all agree on one thing. Fuck Tom Brady. Just kidding. I respect Tom. Kansas City is the next NFL dynasty. It was pretty obvious from last year that the NFL's trying to, you know, suck them off like a $2 hoe in Vegas. Just they hate us because they hate us. Like, yeah, because you had one lick of success in your entire 40 years. You know, good for them. Just Jesus. You know, I've learned over the last few days to stop giving a crap and just enjoy it. Take what is received. Take what is given. No big deal. If it's a good game, then it's a good game. If not, well, whatever. Do I think the NFL is scripted? No. I don't. Do I think that there's some favoritism involved? Yes. See the entire Patriots dynasty for details. But that's not for me to decide. Because I don't run these things. I'm not in charge. But yeah, we have over in Las Vegas, San Francisco, and the Mr. Checkdown, what people call as the best player in the 49ers. I am losing it. I'm not even a Niners fan, and I think that's ridiculous. Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Nick Bosa exist, by the way. Eric Armstead's still around. Christian McCaffrey should win. If Lamar wasn't going to win the MVP, I would give the MVP to Christian McCaffrey. He's far more valuable than Deebo Samuel, than Brock Purdy. Oh, George Kittle's in there too. Can't forget about him and his immaculate lettuce of hair. But we'll get into game picks next week. I'll probably get a whole big show together sometime next week. But yeah, so this is the matchup, and I think for the casual fan, this is a great game. I think for the diehards, this doesn't seem right. But whatever. It should be a good game. Before we go to break, I have a great question for you guys. Console or PC, what is your personal feelings towards either or. I personally am a console boy because, I grew up with the GameCube, with the Xbox 360. I got the PS2 later on. I've gone back and forth in this argument for some time. But I never got into PC. I enjoy the games that I have. Which brings me to this next topic. Pokimane is leaving Twitch after 11 years. Twitch has become a major fucking shit show. I didn't read a lot of this, but that's just my personal thoughts on this whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. My name is Staniel. This is Time to BS, and we'll get to some ads, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
Thanks to our friends over at La Terrain Watches for sponsoring Time to BS podcast. Use the promo code Time to BS at LaTerrain.com for some sweet deals over on the website. That's time, the number 2, and BS at LaTerrain.com.
It's time to BS.
Go and support the lads over U Stadium, so go download the app over on the App Store or Google Play and talk to some great sports fans. Plus, follow their Twitter page over at U Stadium on Twitter and Instagram for some on-par sports news and some discussions over there, too. If you could pick 2 celebrities to bring back from the dead, who would they be? One male or one female? Betty White and George Carlin. Or Patrice O'Neal in terms of the men's department. I feel like Patrice would thrive in the podcasting world today. Also, on a side note, 6 players that were connected to the 2018 World Juniors scandal have surrendered to local police. 2 of them are Dylan Dube from the Calgary Flames and Carter Hart from the Philadelphia Flyers. Terrible way to start, but it's... I didn't read a lot into this, but from what I know, it's nasty. It's something that, if they see a jail time, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. But, it's a bit of a shocking turn of events, I'll give you that. Yeah, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant, ladies and gentlemen. Not at all. We have some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, that happened yesterday, or 2 days ago, as of recording. Cue the music! The Seattle Seahawks have hired Ravens defensive coordinator Mike McDonald to be their next head coach. Good Lord. This is great. I'm excited for many, 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 many reasons. I'm sure you've all heard by now, he's exactly half of the age of Pete Carroll. Mike McDonald's 36, Pete Carroll was 72. I have been a big proprietor in the change department in terms of the scheme and the way this team operates on the field. Love Pete off the field. I'm sure he's going to go in the Hall of Fame, but there was time for a change. Don't know a lot about this guy other than what people are saying is he's stupid smart, and and people are comparing him to the defensive Sean McVay. I like these things a lot. I like these things. But runs a 3-4 scheme on defense, and he gets his players to be nasty and aggressive and angry. We like that because, well, Seattle's roster from top to bottom defensively is not like top notch, but they're still really good. They're still really good. I'm just going to read you the defensive guys that are they're projected to come back. Jaron Reed, Draymond Jones, Boye Mafe, Jordan Brooks, Uchenna Nwosu, Derek Hall, Darryl Taylor. What's his face? Trey Brown, Julian Love, maybe Quandre Diggs, Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon, who's probably going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. They got a lot of free agent. Mike Morris, Cameron Young. I mean, they have good players. I mean, the casuals are like, what? They're not good players. Like, you look at their statistics, they're pretty good. I'm definitely excited to see how he uses the defensive line. I'm very excited. Things could be good. Things could be terrible. You never know. You never know. But I am very, 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 very much excited for how Mike Macdonald enters this room and how he will coach this team. Offensive coordinator yet to be named, but I'm assuming that he's going to find a way to get these offensive guys rolling. But this coach had to be hired. This change needed to be made. You can't look at this defense from the last few years and say, oh, they're a good team. They weren't. Pete's defensive flaws were exposed the last couple of years. And the NFL figured him out, and he refused to change, and that's on him. But overall, I'm very excited about the potential that Mike Macdonald brings to this organization. And as a Seahawk fan, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm excited for the coming season. I'm excited for the free agency and the draft. I'm pumped. I haven't been excited for this in a while. Good Lord. I'm pumped. So, yeah. Mike Macdonald is the next head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So, you guys want to talk about the elephant in the room here? Vince McMahon? So, more details have since come out. The Wall Street Journal has, since made more reports. This is bad. This is really bad. I'm not being modest. I'm being realistic. This is terrible. I'd be shocked if Vince doesn't go to jail. I'd be shocked if he doesn't go to prison. This is evil. This is disgusting. What has happened? I'm not going to get into the details because, that is the fastest way to get me banned on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. The fastest way for me to get banned. But it's out there. It's all over Twitter. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. this isn't just Vince. This is John Laurinaitis. This is potentially Kevin Dunn might be involved. Who knows how many people are involved in this case? But I'm at a loss for words. The loss of the details that are involved in this are horrifying. And he should burn for all of these things. I would be... I never wanted Stephanie McMahon to come back more than I do now. But you never know. You never know what could happen. Maybe she stays out. Maybe Shane stays out of the company. But as of right now, no McMahons help run WWE. This is as every bit of the word shocking as you could possibly say. And disgusting. And just downright horrifying. I'm not going to read the details. I don't want to. Because you look them up for yourselves. Ugh. Gross. I'm going to close off the show with this little piece of advice I can give to all of you. Men and women, don't sell your soul for some ass. Quote by Patrice O'Neal. This is great advice, love advice, life advice, however you want to put it. Patrice O'Neal is one of my favorite comedians to listen to on YouTube. His radio show. You could find it. He's just got some great ways of thinking. Now, they call it misogyny, of course, today, but it's fill in the blanks. I personally think of it as, he's telling people to just, hey, be real. You don't need to be someone you're not. I think that could be applied to every facet of life. That you don't need to try so hard to be someone you're not. And, it'd be with dating. I mean, ladies, stop trying so hard to be someone you're not. Men, stop trying so hard to be someone you're not. Be who you are. Be who you are meant to be. Don't be some SoundCloud rapper just because. Or don't be some Instagram model just because. Yeah, it's America. Do whatever the hell you want. But at the same point, I mean, don't sell your soul or don't sell your integrity just to get some ass. Ladies and gents. Again, I'm just some dude behind a microphone and you don't have to listen to me. I don't give a shit. But if I were in your shoes, I speak from my personal experience that the best thing you can do for anyone, whether it's, life, your job, relationship, whatever, is to just be yourself. Be you and be real. And let that past go. Let your past mistakes, let them go, and let them teach you what you don't want to become in your life. But, yeah, I mean, I listen to Patrice O'Neal whenever I just need a good laugh and some, good life talk. Because, he gives some pretty good advice. I like to listen to people that, I can aspire to, listen to their advice, listen to their beliefs, listen to their thought processing. It's just George Carlin, there's another one. I don't listen to Andrew Tate anymore. I can't because it's just, I don't know. It doesn't really. I'll listen to David Goggins. I'll listen to Joe Rogan. I like those guys. I like listening to those that have a just real sense of life. And You could too. I mean, it's ultimately your choice. You do what the hell you want. But yeah, that's how I think. Ladies and gents, that'll do it for this edition of Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. My name is the great and powerful Staniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. And as per usual, I will see you all in this life, and most certainly the next one. Cheers, guys.